There's a lot of people out there that call themselves traders or speculators. They ain't got no education. They make a little money for a second. Most lose money immediately. Some of them can make a good chunk of money in the short term, midterm, and they think they're brilliant. They're like, look how easy this is. Like, anybody can do this. And then things go against them, but they never really learned how the shit worked to begin with. They had the right place, right time, but they don't know what they really own. They don't know how to do it again. A professional at anything, if you're a real professional, if you're a professional investor, if you're a professional athlete, that means you're able to get a certain result consistently. Yeah. If you're a professional in the sense of like an attorney or a doctor, perhaps, that means that if you had a patient within a certain set of problems that are within your expertise, you're an expert within those areas of medical problems, you're going to help them. Most of the time, you're going to be able to get them a better result. Professional gets results consistently.
That's a fact.
And there's a lot of amateurs out there that get results in the short term, then that gets taken away from them. They're heartbroken, they're depressed, they're humiliated. They thought they were so smart, like they can't lose. A tide comes in and lifts all the boats. You're just making money. You might be a beneficiary of the tide, but you think you did it when it was more an act of the macro market in general.
Exactly.
That's a dangerous spot to be in if you don't understand the underlying variables. You're not going to be able to grow it, and in fact, you're going to fuck it up badly. You're going to go broke. You're not going to be able to replicate it again. And that's pretty depressing, I imagine.
I would imagine, especially like going from those highs to those lows. What I'm hearing is you don't want to be out here getting lucky, right? You want to be able to do it on command.
People that are very talented at something, I'd argue that, I think you'll agree, a high-quality professional, a real expert, they're going to be able to generate their own luck. Did you get lucky? You have the current physique you did, or you just earned that?
I tell people all the time, man, almost nothing good happens on accident. You never see somebody in amazing shape and they say, man, how'd you get all those muscles? And man, I just woke up one day, man, it just happened. You got to plan it out. You got to have a game plan to be covering the name, bro.
You ain't got a game plan. You ain't got no management in your life. You're likely to be misguided and undecided, shook up and tossed out like a pair of dice.
Come on, man. You got to be methodical, strategic about this shit, but you got to know what to do, and that's where education comes in. I wouldn't have been able to do so well in the stock market over the last 18 months had it not been for you showing me, because I had never made no like stock investments, and all my money was from earned income from my businesses. I got really good at that, but then you kind of showed me another way where I had all this extra money. You showed me how to take that money and invest it. Mostly the stock market is me and you focused on, and man, it just multiplied. But I wouldn't have known that had I not got that education from you.
It only took me 35 years.
I didn't have to go through the same 35 years as you. I was able to shorten that learning curve for me. I've been a personal trainer since I was 17. I was one of the first people to start online. So even before Instagram, it takes years or decades to master something. My dad was like my first mentor. He did sales in his business, and he did like millions of dollars worth of sales. And I learned from him how to do the sales, different internships with different mentors. So it's like so much work goes into mastery. The only thing I noticed that can really shorten that curve is like mentorship. I don't think I would have been able to accomplish those same results, at least not in that amount of time, right? It took me 30 years. Instead, I just went to you, right? Mentorship is a shortcut.